Hello, everyone. Hello. And welcome back to our Soloing Raid series. Sorry for the gap since the last one. Kind of took a break from it and was kind of prepping for this one in a different, kind of testing things out because for a while I wasn't sure how far I'd be able to go. I was trying to figure out some later on raids, like how far can I take this in terms of being able to solo certain things. And what was really on my mind and what I was really curious about, if you look here, this was the one I was curious about because, well, there's a certain encounter that I found difficult to solo until I figured out how. But I'll go more into that later. For now, today, we are now in Miss of Pandaria. Now, I'm just going to let you guys know right up front, right from the get-go, I'm one of those weirdos who actually likes Miss of Pandaria. I really like this expansion. And I am one of those who gets tired of the whole Kung Fu Panda thing because no one ever bothers to really look at a lot of the extra stuff and depth that it actually offered in terms of what it was about. And, this expansion offered more lore on the Titans than we had ever had before. We learned a lot about the Titans in this expansion, but no one really cared about that. They were just focused on the Pandarans. Now, let me just say also, I'm one of those who actually likes the Pandarans. I like them as a race. As you can see, we're going to be using my Pandaran monk on this one. I like the monk class. I really like that they offered that in because I find it a very fun class to play. I also really like the Pandarans as a culture. And they had a lot of characters that were Pandarans that I really liked. Some don't like them for reasons I think are a little silly. But I think some of the characters they added in this were pretty cool. One of those characters is Lord Walker Cho, who is voiced by Jim Cummings. I feel like I don't need to add anything else to that. And what's fun about the raid we're doing today, the Mogu'shan Vaults, is we get to go through this entire raid with him. The Mogu, proud of their supremacy, kept lengthy records of their accomplishments within a great complex of vaults. The construction of these vast chambers predate any Pandaran written records, shrouding their depths in mystery. Rumors once circulated of a mighty army locked within. For this reason, the vaults were the first target of the ancient Pandaran rebellion, and they have been sealed ever since the Mogu Empire was overthrown. And we are going to be exploring these vaults with Lord Walker Cho. I'm just telling you, the first time I went through this, I just had a big smile on my face because I had Lord Walker Cho with me the whole time. It was great.
Gives you strength.
Apparently Shaw of Anger has spawned. I'll tell you what, there's a bunch of players standing over there just waiting for him to respawn, camping him so they could get that mount. I'm not really that big on it. Hey, look, that person has the mount I got recently. Yeah, guess what? I can do that too. Whee! Look at that. We have the same mount. How about that? Anyway. Let's step inside, shall we? So, I was taking a look at the guide. It appears there's really no difference in doing this on normal or heroic. So, I am... Oh, hold on. I thought the text actually changed there for a second. That was weird. But even the loot doesn't change. There's like no extra loot to get here, depending on whether or not you are playing as either normal or heroic. Now, the appearance might change, but it's really not that much of a difference, really. Yeah, see, the appearance does change, but I don't know. I am curious, because sometimes it'll say, this is what's different on normal compared to heroic. Let me see. Consists of 10 attacks. So there's really just extra mechanics in here that would be heroic only, it looks like. But only for that final boss. No, never mind. There's, like, also for Elegon. This is the boss, by the way, where this mount can drop. Yeah, right here. The Astral Cloud Serpent. This is a... this is one of those 1% chance drop rate mounts that you can be able to get in here. So we'll see whether or not it actually drops for me. Believe it or not, it doesn't really matter to me either way. I'm not really big on the Cloud Serpent mounts. I mean, they're kind of cool looking, but I'm not really big on getting them. There he is, Lord Walker Cho.
The ancient vaults of the Mogu, untouched by time for thousands of years. Who knows what secrets await?
Oop, sorry.
Many young Pandaren warriors have vanished.
I hit my mic there by mistake, sorry.
Tomb. Have your wits about you.
Okay. Now, why is Lang here?
Welcome.
Excellent news. Our studies of this site's energies and artifacts have begun to pay off. We have unraveled some understanding of the Mogu devices found here, and even better, a way to turn them in our favor. The very walls of this structure will siphon and sap the might of any enemies within. It may be best not to dabble in mysteries not yet fully understood. Perhaps you should disable the dampening devices. My companions and I can handle ourselves. I'm sure we'll be fine. So I guess if you wanted to make this a little harder, you could do that. But nah.
There is no hurry.
Indeed, there is no hurry. Okay. So, let's see if I can remember how to do this. The first boss, the Stone God. The first line of defense against those daring to enter the vaults is a solid row of enchanted bestial statues, hard as granite and ceaseless in their vigil. The sentries of the Stone God present an insurmountable wall of flame, fangs, and claws. Alright. I'm just... Oh!
The Mogu held considerable power over the stones of the earth. Their magic lingers on, even centuries later.
I was just very curious whether or not there's actually anything in this room over here. Alright, so now that I took those down, we can take these down.
I am out of range.
The large Wylands seem to be guarding that door. Tread carefully, lest you wake them.
How about we wake them? Oh.
I do not have a target.
That was close. The
That
door
was
mechanism seems to have activated with the demise of the Guardians. I fear what we may find within.
I've only done this raid once, so I have none of the pets. Until now. So this should hopefully be a nice beneficial run for me. I got a couple of pieces here. Let's see. A new belt. And new pants. I'm very lacking in, like, leather pieces. So this should hopefully be a nice run for me. Alright, before we continue. Feng, the Accursed. Long ago, Feng Shri was the Mogu'shan Vault's caretaker, tasked with preserving the treasures kept within the shadowy halls. After years of faithful service, he was caught stealing from the shelves, although some say he was framed by a jealous underling, and the Mogu ruler punished him with a fatal curse. The doomed spirit of Feng Shui has wandered the vaults ever since, communing with the shades of past Mogu heroes and warlords. I think these guys come to life, if I recall. Your presence disturbs a lingering spirit.
Need to get closer.
We seem to have awakened a spirit of some kind.
Indeed.
I need to target something first.
So the stories were true.
It is too far away.
We have disturbed what should not have been disturbed. He cannot be free to escape this prison. You must destroy him.
What's the point of this room over here? Nothing. No reason for that room there. There he is. Hello.
Tender your souls, mortals. These are the halls of the dead.
Alright, so we have a few different crystals here.
Oh, great spirit, grant me the power of the earth.
Beware.
So he uses this to go to each one to get a different buff on him.
You shall melt flesh from bone.
Damage dealt is reduced. He doesn't seem to be getting much of a legit buff from these things.
Instill to me your arcane wisdom.
I'm the one that's got my buffs.
Feng the Accursed was betrayed by 4 emperors of the Mogu. His body destroyed each time, only to rise again. This is not the last we have seen of Feng. The Zandalari,
Zandalari!
ancient allies of the Mogu, they must seek the legendary weapon within the depths of the vaults.
I need to get closer.
I am sorry I did not tell you earlier. These vaults house a weapon of unimaginable power. Stop them. I will stay behind and investigate this dais further.
Alright, Cho.
I am out of range.
I mean, if I didn't make it obvious, I was gonna gush about...
what's back that way anyhow.
I was gonna say that I was just gonna gush about Cho the whole time, because of course Jim Cummings is
It
amazing.
is too far away. I am out of range.
Unlimited power!
I need to get closer.
My
It is
goodness,
too
the
far
Zandalari trolls! What a horrible evil force! I, of course, am joking around, considering that they are now an allied race member of the Horde. It's just funny how you look back at the Zandalari from back in the
I need
day,
a target.
like Zulamon and such, and look at where we're at now with the Zandalari. Man, look at that. Ugh. Can you imagine trying to tell the whole raid, avoid that! Avoid that! Look at them just trying to bash their heads against the door to try and get in.
I need to get closer. I do not have a target. It is too far away.
Okay.
Finding. Time to play, friends.
Aha. This is Garajal the Spirit Binder, leader of the Zandalari Trolls' assault on the vaults. Garajal is determined to crack open this trove of ancient mystery and bring back whatever arcane power and knowledge he can find, gifted with dark talents and surrounded by a loyal cadre of Zandalar mystics. He has broken through the outer walls and will not rest until the vaults belong to him.
It be dying time now.
Will it? Voodoo doll on you. It be dying time now. It just seems so Zandalari to say. And now he goes in a frenzy. Aha.
Bah! Bested by the likes of you. What a shame for a Zandalari priest to endure. But it ain't no thing. Take your trinkets. You'll be needing them. I be going now. Time to find a new home for me soul. Death be a doorway, and time a window. I'll be back.
Yeah, bit of a heads up for you, buddy. You're not the first Zandalari troll to do something, like that, and then vow something like that. Just look at the guys back in like Zulaman, Zul'Gurub. Let's just take a moment to kind of recap here, shall we? Let's see. Yeah. I'm sure it worked out very well for these trolls back in Zulaman. Or how about Zul'Gurub? Yeah. The ones like Jindo here, and the fate that he got after what he did. Yeah, no. It's like you're like, oh, I'll be back. Yeah, I'm sure Bwan Samdi's gonna have something to say about that. Just saying. All right. Next up, if my map is correct, yep. Whoops. The Spirit Kings. Ancient records tell of these legendary rulers, powerful Mogu, who carved an empire from the very rock of Pandaria. Their names still cause the land to tremble. Xion of the Endless Shadow, Meng the Demented, Qiang the Merciless, and Subatal the Swift. Some say their spirits lurk in the vaults, lost in ghostly memories of battle and glory. Okay. Hey, there's Cho.
Hello.
Now you'll notice there's no one in this room at the moment. Unbelievable. This is the fabled Mogu'shan library. Can you even imagine what we could learn from these vaults? Well, what are you waiting for? Let's go investigate.
Every good story needs a hero.
Indeed. I agree, Lord Wakacho. I'm sorry, I just love Wakacho. He's so great.
The ancient vaults of the kings of Mogu'shan. What might this button do? Look here. It is the history of Xian of the Endless Shadow, a powerful sorcerer who kept the kingdoms in check through terror and darkness.
Cho? Cho? Okay.
I am out of range.
This looks to be the record of Qiang the Merciless, a great conqueror who ruled his vassals with an iron fist.
So every time he reads something, I have to face a new enemy. Wah!
I've heard tales of this one. Subutai the Swift. Well known as a masterful archer and genius thief. He stole from the rich and kept everything for himself.
Huh. Well then.
What is this? I've heard nothing of this emperor. Meng the Demented? According to these texts, Meng was the most foul and maniacal ruler to ever abuse the imperial throne.
Maybe that's why
I
he's
need to
been
target
forgotten.
something first.
Forgotten to time, because no one wanted to remember him. Joe?
My armies are endless. My power unmatched.
Just curious if he's gonna say anything else. If he turns around, then I'll know he's just pacing. Okay, yeah, he's pacing.
I will crush you in body and spirit.
So it looks like he spawns each of these guys to join the fight. Has that big AoE cone, annihilate. I'm actually taking some decent damage here.
Beware.
Crush their flank.
So yeah, he'll summon these guys. Beware.
You'll see your
Okay, so he
mistake
disappears.
soon enough.
Beware.
So each of these guys are gonna come out to help
Anger
defend.
the Emperor. The sentence is death.
I will protect the Emperor. We shall cleanse this heretic.
You will understand why my subjects.
Sorry, I went a little Warhammer 40k there for a second. We shall purge the heretics.
A secret passage has opened beneath the platform. This way.
Hold on, Cho. I'm excited by secret passageways too. But loot comes first. Oh. Oh, look, Doctor. A passageway. Oh, you want me to go first? Okay.
Look at the dust along the floor. These dark halls have not seen footfalls for many centuries.
Okay. So this
Once
is a
the Mogul
trash gauntlet
enslaved
room, looks
all
like.
of the races of Pandaria and bent them to their nefarious will. These Jinyu have been locked in an eternity of servitude. I hear a faint humming. It is coming from this direction.
It is too far
Cho!
away.
Wait for me! So yeah, this is the room with the next boss I was referring to earlier. Elegon, dedicated to the advancement of their empire, the Mogu salvaged and repurposed Titan technology to generate untold power in the depths of this ancient complex. Why these energies have been focused into the cold will of a celestial dragon is a mystery that lies at the very heart of the vaults.
I need a target. I do not have a target.
Joe? Where are you?
I need to get closer.
This is the closest any outsider has come to the engine of Nalaksha. These secrets will die with you!
I am out of range. I need a target.
Here comes Joe. I was like, where'd you disappear to?
This room pulses with energy, but feels unlike any we have seen so far. Fascinating. I have never heard tales of anything like this. The Mogu hide their secrets well. How does today find you?
You get a very strong Ulduar vibe from this place, but what do you expect? This is very reminiscent of Titan technology, just like Ulduar was. The architecture in here is strange, differing in many ways from traditional Mogu design. This room seems to be a device of some sort, but I see nothing of its purpose in my notes. The only way for us to figure out what this is for is to activate it and observe. What's the worst that could happen? Alright, go ahead and turn this thing on.
This seems to be a terminal controlling the device. Let's see here.
Okay, we'll just fight this thing.
It is too far away.
Entering defensive mode. Disabling output fail-safes. Drawing from reserve.
Beware.
Drawing from reserve power. Systems inch. I become
The machine has been destroyed, and so the Mogu's power weakens. These discs look familiar, but I cannot place their origin. They call to me. The discs. I see everything clearly now. The Titans. It would seem the Mogu salvaged and repurposed ancient Titan technology to advance their empire. We must go. We are not done yet.
Aw, what a shame I'm not playing a two-handed wielding character. But no mount. Yeah, as you can see here, under rarity, it has a 1 in 100 chance of dropping. So. Alright, so now let's move on to the room of the final boss. The Will of the Emperor. The core chamber of the vaults houses an army of stone soldiers who have been motionless for centuries. They are Row upon row of warriors, statues armed for a battle that never began. What treasures do they guard, and what is their tie to the titanic power buried with them here in the shadows?
I am out of range.
You see what I mean? What I said earlier about how we got more lore regarding the Titans than ever before in this expansion?
I need to target something first. I do not have
And
a
no
target.
one really bothered paying attention to that. Because all they saw was pandas. And they thought that's all it was about. Joe! There you are.
Astounding. An actual functional Mogu construct machine. We cannot allow this to fall into the wrong hands. An endless army of soulless abominations. I shudder to think of the violence that would erupt from such a machine. You must destroy it, here, now, before any harm can come to Pandaria. Turn the machine on. I will lock the door behind you.
I'm trying to remember how this is supposed to go. Titan gas fills the room, inflicting frost damage to all players. I'm trying to remember what exactly it is I'm supposed to do. Nah, well, I'll figure it out.
May the great crane guide your steps.
Will of the Emperor engaged. I think some pipes or something are supposed to spawn in corners of the room and I destroy them, I think. Oh boy, yep, there's the row of soldiers. There's the stone army that never got activated. Woo boy.
His rage echoes through the hills.
The Emperor's rage.
The Emperor's strength grips this land with fists of iron.
I think right now this is just kind of a horde mode thing. Where you just kind of have to take on wave after wave. Because this is basically the boss, what we're taking on here.
The endless army will crush the Emperor's foes.
Janzi and Sinzi. Alright. Oh, how polite. They bowed before we fought.
The Emperor's rage echoes through the hills.
There we go. I think what I was remembering
It is done.
was a heroic
How
only thing.
many of these machines are hidden beneath the earth? How much do we not know about the dark secrets of the Mogu? I fear that our war against our ancient enemies is still far from over.
It's alright, Cho. We'll figure it out. But I think what I was remembering is that, because I'm doing this on normal, I think the first time I tried this was on heroic. I thought I remembered that there was supposed to be something you're supposed to do in the corner of the room to shut down the machine or something. But it looks like, I don't know, maybe I misremembered. I just remembered trying to have to deal with this or something and it wouldn't, like, work properly. I don't remember. So, that was Mogu'shan Vaults. Pretty short raid, you know, nothing too, too amazing or anything. Obviously, people want to come here so they can get that special Cloud Serpent mount. And of course, it's just fun to go through a raid with Laura Walker Cho the whole time, because why would you not enjoy that? But of course, this was one of those raids where it was like, oh, look at all this Titan technology in Pandaria. What was going on here? You know, the whole idea that the Mogu found all the stuff left over from the Titans and were taking advantage of it with using it to further the cause of their own empire. So, pretty decent raid, I think. I mean, not one of the better ones, but pretty interesting. Especially when it comes to the lore and just the whole fun experience of going through with Joe. So when we come back, we will be doing the Heart of Fear. This is an interesting one, having to do with a certain race and a certain zone. Stay tuned.